Hi everybody, I'm Mike Yanessa and welcome to another episode of Car Stories here on PCTV. I'm in the showroom again at Wheels of Motion at 525 East High Street. And the first subject tonight, I'd like to talk about automotive service. Each month I try to inform people about body work and service work because it's important to let people know what we do here and what makes us unique. Unfortunately, when you go to some shops, like the big shops or the dealers, they're flat rate and the mechanics there are based on their production. Here at Wheels of Motion, it's a family-owned business. We take pride in every car we repair. When you come in for inspection, for example, we don't try to sell you everything today. What a lot of times we'll do is tell you what you absolutely need and what you're going to need in the future. At the other shops, sometimes they'll try to sell you everything today so they get a commission check. We don't get commissions here at Wheels of Motion, and for 38 years, I've been trying to do my best to take care of customers in an honest way and maintain your vehicles. And it's interesting because there was an article in the Mercury here, I saved it from over the weekend, and it's pretty good. It says, should you fix or break up with your car? And I guess you can get that online in the Mercury if you'd like to read it, but if you have an older car and it needs a lot of repairs, this is the way I would explain it to you. And the Mercury pretty much agreed. There's one thing I disagreed with the Mercury. They said you're going to have to spend $2,000 to $3,000 to replace your car on another used car. And I find it hard to believe you could find a decent car for that price range. You're probably more of the $7,000 to $10,000 range to find something decent. And you certainly don't want to buy another car with high mileage. You might as well put the money into yours. Now, if your car is totally falling apart and it needs everything, of course, it's time to get a new car. And we're really good. My son, Nick, he's usually here at the front counter, and I get involved in talking to customers and an honest opinion if your car's worth fixing or not. So let's just say it needs $1,200, $1,500 worth of work. That's a lot of money. But if it's tires and brakes and wearable items that you haven't never done for the past 5 years, it's probably justified. And look at it this way. And nowadays, that's probably only 3 or 4 car payments. Because the car payment average is between $300, $400, $500, $100 a month. So if you have an older car, let us check it out. We'll analyze the engine and the body for rust and the condition of the vehicle. Sometimes it pays for you to put money into it, and sometimes it's time to give up on the old girl and go get something better. We do this a lot for our customers, and for example, we had a customer, his car didn't need repairs, but it was totaled. And he was out looking for a new car. So he found this great deal on a used car, and it was about a $32,000 car, and it had 26,000 miles on it. It was 3 years old, and they offered it to him at $23,000. And I talked to him, and the one thing that red flag is they had it on the lot for 4 months. So if it was such a good deal, why did it stay for 4 months? And once he sorted through it and checked on the same car, in fact, the same new car with more options was only about $1,500 more and 0% financing. So see what I mean? If you bought a used car for $23,000, your payments are going to be $300 a month at 2, 3, 4% interest. For a little bit more money, you can get a brand new one with 0 miles with a sunroof and MP3 and a couple new gadgets that they came out with in 2018, and your payment might be cheaper or the same. So he was very thankful that we helped him, and we do that for people. If you need any help with buying used cars or new cars, come see us before you buy. Once you buy it, then you made the deal. But a lot of people will say, oh, I can't afford a new car, I can only afford a used car. And sometimes it really, in this particular case was an example with 0% interest, it was cheaper than a used one. So just a little bit of information I like to share, and like I said, we're always here for people. We do state inspections, oil changes, tune-ups, all that type of work here. And one thing I wanted to touch on, our inspection and emissions on the average is $79.50. Some of the dealers offer free inspection. Some of my competition is offering $50 inspection, so people are attracted. Well, a lot of times when you go there, they really nickel and dime you, wiper blades and little things. And we don't do that here at Wheels of Motion. We tell it how it is, try to be honest. If it was my car, this is what I would do. and put you on a little bit of a budget plan so that you can get your car in shape over the next 6 months or a year. And a lot of people go to the chains because of financing. Well, at Wheels of Motion, we have financing. 6 months, any repair $199 or more is 6 months, no interest. As long as you have decent credit. It's through our TechNet and Synchrony Bank. It's really cool. I mean, like I said, if you get hit with a big bill, you can spread out the payments over a period of 6 months. I mean, we all do it at some of the big chain stores. When you buy a new TV, it makes it easier. You're not laying out $1,200 in one shot. You're laying out a couple hundred a month. TechNet's a great program. They offer a nationwide warranty on parts and labor. Up to 3 years, $36,000 they are now. Used to be 2 years, $24,000. Everything is covered up to 2 years, $24,000. Some of it is covered up to 3 year, $36,000. And for example, radiators here at Wheels of Motion have a lifetime guarantee. So our labor rate's $90 an hour, which if you check around is a lot cheaper than most. And we do offer that warranty. We do offer the financing. And we have a real good reputation for doing it right and making your car, back the way it should be. So any written estimate you have from anyone, bring it to Wheels of Motion. We'll meet it, we'll beat it, and we'll give you that 3 year, 36,000 mile warranty or the 2 year, 24,000 mile warranty on parts and labor through TechNet. So tonight we have a couple new units in the showroom. I want to show them to you. Maybe you'll have someone that wants another car. One's for sale, one isn't. So here we go. It's been a long, hard winter, folks, but I think we made it here. The weather's looking nice out, the sun's coming out, and just in time, you come down and buy this beautiful red Corvette, take the top off, and go cruising. This is a 93 Corvette with 9,100 miles on it. The interior's like brand new. We serviced it, we put tires on it. It is a 40th anniversary edition, 93, 53 to 93, and it's in really good shape. The asking price is $16,500. You can find them a little bit cheaper, I'll be honest, but not with 9,100 miles on it. The interior is like new. So if you know anyone looking for a beautiful red Corvette to cruise, come on down to Wheels of Motion. All right, Wizard products. We stock them here at Wheels of Motion. This is the spray wax that you use for your in-between waxes and after you wash your car. It's the best I've found. If you need any, stop down. We have that in the showroom, as well as the metal cleaner. And that's actually a spray shine. We have a spray wax and Wizard products. Good stuff. Eastwood, right up on Shoemaker Road in Pottstown. They sponsor Car Stories. And if you need anything automotive as far as tools, equipment, paint, you get your car out for the summer here and you notice some of the stuff needs a little attention, Eastwood stocks a lot of the paint and polishes and stuff to make your car look good again. Right up on Shoemaker Road here in Pottstown, a great company, and we thank them for helping us put on Car Stories on PCTV. I guess about a year ago, an older gentleman had a 31 Model A that he's owned for like 70 years, and he called me up. He needed some service work done. We did it. He was very pleased. He loved it, and he recommended a new customer to us. Has two cars, and this is one of them, a 1931 Chrysler. Beautiful restoration. I mean, very, very nice job. Very unusual car because it is a touring car. According to the customer, it's one of 2 or 3 known to exist. We worked on 31 Chrysler convertibles, 31 Chrysler coupes, but the touring car, which means that it has a big back seat, no trunk, and it's a convertible. Superb car, straight 6. It's not for sale. It's just here for service, tune-up, oil change, that type of thing. So we were a little jammed up in the back because we're spring. So I put it in the showroom, and everybody likes it because it's such a unique car. So 1931 Chrysler. Now, his other car, which is coming in after this one, is a 37 Cadillac. I would call it, I don't know what they call it. It's not a limousine, but it's a stretch. It's bigger than a normal Cadillac. V8, black, original interior. It came sold new and was chauffeur driven in Pottstown. He don't have the name off the top of his head, but he's going to try to find the paperwork and see if he could find. It was in that family from new, and that family sold it to their mechanic, and it was in that family until he bought it. So I can't wait to see that one here. 1937 Cadillac, stretch limo or partial limo. I don't know what you'd call it. The body's really unique. It's not a full limo, but it's bigger than a four-door sedan. So stay tuned to Car Stories and we'll have that one on, and maybe you'll know who drove it here in Pottstown when it was new. So I hope everybody saw last month's show. If you didn't, you can watch all my shows on the internet on the PCTV network, Car Stories. Kind of have my own channel now. So if you go to Car Stories, you can watch all of them. Last month's show, there was a Caprice sitting right here in the showroom, and it was for sale, and I actually sold it. Really good deal. Gentleman came in, made an offer. It was an estate sale, and the estate accepted it. So that was in here last month. That was on last month's show. And last month's show, I had a 62 Impala convertible on the lift, and I discussed on how to establish value. And it is difficult sometimes to establish a value, especially on hot rods, because you know the market changes, and it's the best way that my friend Ralph DiStefano told me many years ago, the value of a car is what somebody's willing to pay. And there's a lot of auctions around the country. Mecum, probably one of the biggest, Barrett-Jackson. Now, if you take a car to an auction, for example, I took one of my cars to an auction and it did not sell because it didn't reach the price. That doesn't mean that it's not worth what you're asking. It just means that the particular buyer wasn't there that day. Or the market, you know, like a fall auction. Auction in the fall, around here, people are kind of burned out on the car thing. They've been cruising all summer and the money isn't flowing. Spring auction, it was a long winter and people want to buy a car for the summer, like a convertible. It'll sell a lot quicker in the spring than it'll sell in the winter. Makes sense, right? For example, I was at the Carlisle auction about 3 weeks ago and a lot of sold stickers. I was also at the fall Carlisle auction, not too many sold stickers. So Mecum is one of the biggest, and I get these things in the mail all the time. 2,000 cars at Indy. Look at the cars on this sheet, okay? It's unbelievable. Then they have certain collections, like they'll have a whole collections of tanker Corvettes. That was the Corvettes with the big tanks. But this is the one I want you to check out. And Gus, can you get that? It's the Jim Street estate, and it's not my friend Jim Street from Pottstown, which a lot of the viewers remember. And he is lucky enough to have these beautiful wooden boats, but he has a Kooky's car, which is a T-bucket, and that started the whole T-bucket craze. This car is from the 50s, and the other one he has is the Golden Sahara II. And if you watch this short video on the Golden Sahara, it's one from the 50s when the car debuted on a TV show. And if you go to the internet, you can watch, there's information about Kooky's car that actually appeared on 77 Sunset Strip. But once this guy built this T-bucket, it started the whole craze of T-buckets. So what I'm getting at, these are going to the Mecum auction at Indy, no reserve. That means if they sell for $50,000 or $500,000, they're going to sell. If you ever see a reserve, that means that somebody put a base price on it, like anything under $100,000. $100,000 is the reserve price. So anything over that, it would sell. So how would you establish a value? If somebody said you have to appraise this car, I wouldn't know what to do because you know it's a piece of history. It's worth what somebody's willing to pay for it. But at this particular auction, some lucky bidder is going to get that car. So watch this short video on the Sierra car from 1950s.
You are about to see one of the most amazing automobiles you've ever seen in your life. Jim Street is going to drive it out here by pressing buttons on his little remote control unit. The Golden Sahara II, custom built for $75,000. Now, first of all, can you open this door for me around here?
How about that?
There he goes. There, the door opens electronically.
We refer to the car as a laboratory on wheels. I mean, people really appreciate the car.
So how about that one? Isn't that an unbelievable car? And the technology back then is really amazing to watch. So, like I said, how would you even begin to appraise that car? We'll find out. Check the results of Meek and Mindy, and you'll be able to see what all the cars sold for. So, I don't know if I did this one on the show or not, this beautiful gold 67 Chevelle, but I have to tell you the story. It's amazing. Gold 67 Chevelle, 396, 350 horse, automatic. Customer crashed it when he was 19 in 1988. Him and his buddies tried to put it back together and the car sat. Then it went to a body shop and it sat. Went to another body shop, they painted it and couldn't assemble it. The older gentleman that worked there left, and the younger folks couldn't put this type of car together because it is, 1967. So it came here, I guess, almost a year ago as just a shell painted. And the motor was in it, but not hooked up. We hooked it up, alternator, hoses, belts, interior, stereo, new convertible top, and it's just about ready to go. And there it is, a beautiful 67 Chevelle convertible. There is hubcaps for it, but we all like it like that. It looks like an old drag car with the red lines and no hubcaps. So check it out. Gus is going to do a couple pictures for the engine and interior, and you'll see what a real SS Chevelle convertible looks like. So yeah, what a car, folks. This customer is so excited. Think about this. He hasn't driven this car in 31 years. And he was down a few weeks ago. We're, just about done with it. It needs a final detailing, and we drove it pretty much. We had to tune the carburetor a little bit, and hopefully this Saturday we'll be able to deliver it to him, and he's just happy as can be to get his old car back. So, how many viewers out there can guess what kind of car this is? I'm not going to tell you tonight. If you can email me at wheelsinmotion@aol.com and guess the year and make of this car, you can stop down at Wheels in Motion. I'll email you back, and we'll give you a free gift. Here's another one you don't see every day. 72 Cutlass Supreme, very nice red car, 455 automatic air. It was here for new wheels and tires, and they look good. So you actually have two Cutlasses right now, and you don't see them that often. You see Chevelles, you see Camaros, but 72 Cutlass Supreme, red, black interior, bucket seats, new customer, excellent shape. In previous episodes, I showed a 49 Ford pickup cab and body that we were working on, and this was the chassis. It had a big block Ford in it, but a little change of plans. The customer decided to put an LS GM motor in it. That's kind of a new thing today. You can get a lot of horsepower of these motors. They don't blow up, and they're very reliable. Computer controlled. So right now, we're mocking up the location of the engine and transmission, and also we changed the front suspension to coilover shocks, tubular A-arms, and rack and pinion steering. So 1949 Ford frame. We're going to box the front to make it stronger and modify it for the LS setup. So wait till you see this when it's done. It's going to sit nice, it's going to run nice, and it's going to look good. Here we are in the booth. This is the latest paint job on a classic car we did. Colin did this one. This is a Camaro. I had it on the show a few times. New quarters, new fenders, new doors, original trunk lid, original hood, 67 convertible. Long process to get it really nice, and boy, it came out really nice. Original color, butternut yellow. A high solid clear was applied on Saturday. What I do here sometimes at Wheels in Motion, like the employees, Jeff or Colin, if they work on the car, I give them the option to take it all the way, or if they say, you know what, you paint it or you finish it. This car, Colin did just about all the work on it, body work. Bob and Kevin and Colin did the mechanical work on it. And then I fine-tuned the gaps and sanded it for him and picked at it and made it really nice. And then Colin, who's only painted a few cars in his life, he wanted to swing it. So I stayed here on Saturday. We double teamed it. He did the paint work. I mixed the paint for him, and he laid out a real nice paint job on this beautiful car. I can't wait to see it done. Black top, black interior, and just about done. Once you get past the paint and assembly and stuff is a lot easier than the body work and paint. That's where your time is. And I know a lot of these TV shows out there you watch, they make it look easy, but it's really not that easy. And the other thing about the TV shows that I have to say, and you'll notice this, that a lot of the owners basically just walk around and tell the talent is in the people that work on the cars. And it's the same here at Wheels in Motion. The talent is in the crew that assembles and works on the cars. The only difference is I am the owner and I work on the car. You know, I have my projects, Jeff has his, Colin has his. We're on TV, a lot of the guys just give orders and they really don't, you know, like for example, the Count. I was in Vegas, I saw the cars that he did on TV. They're beautiful, but it's more or less his name. You know, he doesn't actually work on them. Here, I do a lot of the work on the classics and the collision work, and I enjoy doing it. That's why I got in this business, because I like to work on cars. So anyhow, 1967 Camaro convertible. You're going to see it this summer on High Street at the car shows. By the way, the first Saturday of every month, Pottstown Classics, right here in downtown Pottstown, is having their car shows. And this guy can't wait to take his Camaro out with the top down. As soon as I finish up the Camaro and a couple other projects here that are at the shop, this one's the next one. This is my good friend Bill Clemens. He has the red 67 Z28. He was on our show a few years back. The red 67Z was on the show. It is for sale. If you're nobody looking for a award-winning red 67 Z28, send them my way. I have information here about the car. It's expensive, but it's one of 602. It's one of about 200 known to exist. It's the only one with a bench seat. And this is his other Camaro, another rare one, 1969 Z28. It's burnished brown with white stripes. Beautiful color combination. Brown is not my favorite, but on this car with the white stripes, and it has an Enduro front bumper. The front bumper is painted body color. Beautiful car. But what makes this one rare, it's one of about 202, 206 with four-wheel disc brakes. It's called a JL8 option. They take the calipers and a braking system from a Corvette of that era, and they put it on the Camaro. You also could buy them over the counter and put them on your car, but this isn't one of them. This is one that came from the factory, ordered that way, four-wheel disc brakes, burnished brown, 1969 Z28. A good friend of ours, Ron Vasco, did a lot of the sheet metal work and body work to this point, and now I'm going to take it home the rest of the way. Just finish the body work, paint it, and then give it back to Bill and he'll assemble it. So, very rare 69 Z28 here at Wheels in Motion. So this one is a good one, 1932 Ford pickup truck convertible, okay? The customer bought it, asked if it was okay, had it shipped to the shop. He had it shipped here, and in shipment, the other car in front of it came loose, came back, busted the headlight lenses, bent the grill shell, and bent the bumper. So unfortunately, fortunately, it wasn't worse than that. And no paint damage, no fender damage. So I located the lenses and the grill and we're in good shape, but just unfortunate that it had to get damaged on shipment. But we'll make it look good, don't worry about that. The person who was building it had passed away and never finished it. So the top's not on it, the interior's not done, it's not wired, it doesn't run. Most of the parts are here, but a very rare car or truck, 1932 Roadster pickup, flathead V8, has overdrive, so it has a 2-speed rear. Really neat truck. It's dirty right now. It needs to be cleaned up. It just came in, and can't wait to see this one done too. So stay tuned for future shows, and you'll watch the progress of this 32 Ford Roadster pickup. Well, we're out of time tonight on Car Stories. I hope you enjoyed tonight's show. Make sure you tune in every Wednesday, and throughout the weeks, Gus plays it at different times to watch Car Stories. If you want to watch episodes on the internet, go to the PCTV network, and you can watch all the episodes. So till next time, I'll see you later.